Micaela Meadows is a 30-year-old attorney managing sex crime cases for the Chelan County Prosecuting Attorney's Office. Like all prosecutors, Meadows has access to the huge criminal records database known as Spillman, which is solely accessible to law enforcement.
If we're doing an investigation and let's say you're our suspect, we're going to type you into our system, we're going to get your personal information, enter you into the call, and make sure your name, date of birth, address, phone number are listed, in addition to our victims, witnesses.
If you have contact with law enforcement, and it could be something innocuous like you're a witness to a car accident and you happen to call in to report or you saw the accident, your information is going to go into Spillman. If you're pulled over, you're going to have a Spillman entry under your name. If you report a neighbor for a loud party or something, your information will go into Spillman, as well as confidential information about you, contact information, maybe who you're associated with, who was in the vehicle you were driving.
It is us being able to go through and confirm people's identity, make sure there's no outstanding warrants, that they don't go by any other aliases, that there's not any kind of criminal histories.
And also I know that law enforcement can include notes. So if you aren't particularly cooperative, if you are seen as someone who's not friendly with law enforcement, that can be put into Spillman. So it's protected information that is really maintained by the government, that people outside the government are not privy to, and it's only to be used or accessed for the purposes of, for law enforcement purposes or case purposes.
So a Spillman entry is not evidence. It's not something that's to be brought before a judge. It's not any proof that anybody's committed a crime. It's kind of a ledger for those folks who are investigating a crime.
I think that's a fair way of stating it, yes.
But as you said, it casts kind of a wide net. People's names get added to Spillman case files all the time.
Absolutely, every day.
Meadows joined the prosecutor's office in January 2022. The following year, according to a Washington State Patrol investigation, she came into personal conflict with a fellow deputy prosecutor named Brock Stone, who left the office after only 6 months. Meadows first searched Brock Stone's name in Spillman in February 2023, 2 times. She again ran a search in July after Stone left the office, looking for information on a DUI charge that was filed against him that month. When he was told of Meadows' actions by a friend in the prosecutor's office, attorney Brandon Radall submitted a request for all records of her Spillman searches. There, he found that Meadows had searched his wife's name in 4 different combinations on one day in May 2023.
I wanted the abuse of her access to stop, number one, because it was directly impacting my family. And number two, because of the concern for what that could do for the county and really our law enforcement's ability to keep the county safe.
Records received by Radall and others also found evidence that Julia Hartnell, Meadows' predecessor as Chelan County's lead prosecutor on sex crimes, ran her own Spillman searches on non-defendants, including Brock Stone and 2 other local defense attorneys. Radall took the matter to Sheriff Mike Morrison, whose office administers the Spillman system for all Chelan County users. Morrison, in turn, asked the Washington State Patrol to investigate in November 2023, citing a possible conflict of interest. Prosecutors are guest users on the Spillman system, and during the investigation, Meadows' access to the powerful search tool was cut off. The State Patrol investigation took more than a year to be completed. While detectives looked into the matter, Brock Stone, now a defense lawyer in the Tri-Cities, filed a lawsuit against Chelan County as well as Meadows, Hartnell, and others allegedly involved in seeking him out through Spillman. In an interview with the State Patrol, Meadows said she acted out of curiosity and had no ill intent towards Stone, Radall, or other non-defendants she searched for. The State Patrol's report on the matter was finally completed this March. Detectives judged that while Meadows had committed administrative violations by misusing Spillman, her actions did not rise to the level of a criminal act. Speaking by phone with NCW Life, Brock Stone called the report, quote, a sham job. He withdrew his lawsuit in April, saying Chelan County threatened to countersue him in federal court, and he could not afford the risk of losing a trial. My belief and faith in the system, he said, is just at an all-time low. Brandon Radall had doubts of his own about the investigation.
It seemed to me that that investigation was undertaken knowing that it would be made public, and I think that their hope was to put it to bed, give it the appearance of a good, thorough investigation. But it sure appears to me that there were certain things justifications given by Ms. Meadows that could have very easily have been looked into, could have been corroborated or not.
Washington State Patrol Communications Director Chris Loftus told NCW Life the agency is, quote, confident that the investigation was thorough, unbiased, and professionally conducted. Chelan County Prosecutor Robert Sealby, who is Meadows' boss, declined to be interviewed or give comment for this story. Morrison says, as of the completion of the State Patrol investigation, Micaela Meadows' Spillman access has been restored. Jefferson Robbins, NCW Life.